Hello, Namaskaram. Can you hear me?
Yes.
For some reason, my camera is not turning on. I don't know why. Let's see if it works. I don't know why it's not turning on. I guess we have to go without the camera. You can hear me, right? Hello?
We can.
We can hear.
Okay, well, let's do without the camera today. I don't know why it's not starting. Let me share the PowerPoint. That's not the one I want to share. Okay, I think this is the one I want to share. I guess you can see my this one, right? You can see my screen.
Yes.
Excellent then. That's good enough. So I think I skipped this section of Shankara Bhashya. We were doing actually Sampatangar's view of Kena-Upanishad. And to come to that, I thought that you have to have a clear understanding, remembrance of Shankara Bhashya. Sometimes, see, we have already skipped 3 weeks of classes now, right? December 27th, I think I tried to do the class. Even that day, I was unable to do the class, I think. So some unexpected events just could not let me do this at all. And today, with some great difficulty, I'm coming back and preparing. What I initially thought was I would explain to you Shankar Bhashya today of the Adhi-Daivata Upasana and Adhyatma Upasana of the Kena-Upanishad, and quickly start my Ladi Sampatangar's view on it. That way you have connectivity. But unfortunately, I had my own misunderstandings of Shankara Bhashya. I wanted higher clarity, so I called my friend V. Subramanian, and he explained to me a couple of concepts very clearly. It was very nice to hear from a person who has spent a lot of time on Shankara Bhashya in his life. Incidentally, he was my neighbor very close by. So good that I talked to him today. So I just want to hear from you. This approach is okay. I hope everything is okay with you people, and we're ready to start this.
Completely okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, good approach. I know this. Subramaniam is a very learned scholar in Advaita. He has been recently honored by Shingeri Mutt.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know him quite well. Yes.
Mahasanidhanam recently honored him.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Excellent. Yeah. Anyway, we'll start with this Kena-Upanishad. So let me tell you what I skipped. Before coming back to this main thing, what I thought was it would be a good idea for us to understand. Just a second, is there a way? Let me just, okay, I'm just gonna remove that error completely. Yeah, now it's much better for me. I have to give you some kind of a simple overview of Kena-Upanishad based on Shankara Bhashya, just to understand certain aspects of it, right? In Kena-Upanishad, Shankara Bhashya starts, the initial portion of it is for the advanced aspirant. Here, you need to start. I have told this before, but I might not have clarified this to this extent yet, which I'm going to do today. Vidusham, Avidusham, Shankaracharya often uses these two terms. Vidusham means for the learned ones. Avidusham means for the ignorant ones or the dull-witted ones. Vidusham means for the intelligent ones. Right? This is what he uses. But his definition of Vidusham and Avidusham is extremely strict. Most people will not pass the exam and become Vidusham, as far as I know. That is the level of eligibility criteria Shankaracharya gives for the learned ones, right? So let's look at it. So for the higher level person, there is two paths of knowledge in the Kena-Upanishad. The higher knowledge is Paravidya, and that is intended for only those who recognize the unsubstantiality of the things of sense. Things of sense means anything Indriya Loka, Indriya Anubhava, or the sense gratification and sensory perception and the millions and all the experiences of the sensory perception, right? And an advanced student should know that there is no substance in all these experiences, and that person should seek the ultimate fact of the universe. What is the bottom line of the universe? And that should be, it is not like, some people say, okay, I was interested when I was a child, I was interested in all these things. Then later on, I lost interest. Not like that. It is a consistent, continued interest. It's very hard to think, get that, right? Lower knowledge is apara vidya, intended for the deeply pious. So the apara vidya is not for anybody, right? Ignorant means anybody on the, a layman on the street, a worker, a day laborer, someone. They may be even great. I'm not saying they should be undervalued in any way. But the expectation, even in apara vidya for lower knowledge, somebody should be deeply pious. They should have already studied a lot, but who are currently unable to detach from the transient world. They are unable to detach. Those are the people who are lower knowledge, people of lower knowledge. So coming back here, immediate versus gradual liberation. For the people who have higher knowledge, that will lead to them as immediately they would be realized. Sadhyo Mukti. That means what? Even this immediate liberation, what does it mean? See, think about it properly. I want to ask you something. What does Sadhyo Mukti means? Immediate liberation. That's what English people write, right? I am particularly directing this question to those who study in English books. For I agree. Some people are born in a different country or something, and they don't know Sanskrit. Okay, that doesn't mean. And some people are right here in India, they don't know Sanskrit too. So, what does Sadhyo Mukti means? It is immediate liberation. That is in English. I'm actually copying Hiryanna's direct translation. Immediate liberation. What do you understand from that? Anyone?
He will understand that the true nature of Atma in this world. That is the meaning.
See, he will
Means it's
understand.
the as per
But
as per Shankara
see,
Bhashya,
higher
it is
knowledge,
only the Atma which
leads
is
to look at this. Higher knowledge leads to immediate liberation, right? What does immediate liberation mean? So the moment he gets higher knowledge, he is not there. He is liberated, right? Or he is absolute Jivan Mukta, like a definition of Jivan Mukta given in the in the best passages of the Upanishads and Gita. Does it mean like that? It leads to immediate liberation. what really happens in reality.
Maybe higher knowledge itself is equivalent. Higher knowledge itself is equivalent to liberation. It cannot come as a sequence.
Well, it has to lead. Okay, higher knowledge. There is a phase where that is the whole basis of the the eligibility criteria for somebody to study Brahma Sutras. What is it? The requirements, right? We already talked about the requirements. Iha amutra phala bhoga viragaha viveka, all these things, right?
Does it
Mumukshatva.
mean
What did you say?
for Shankaracharya, knowledge means suppletion of the world? So if
See,
not,
that is the ultimate knowledge.
yeah, that's what we're talking about right now, right?
Yeah. See, the thing is
Wha-
here, there has to be Paravidya has to be for a higher aspirant. Here, aspirant, right? Vidusham, Avidusham, both are aspirants. Even in the aspirant itself, the eligibility criteria to become a higher level aspirant, Vidwan, is very high. But he's still an aspirant. He has not got what you call complete realization yet. Otherwise, why would he need Brahma Sutra or Upanishad study? So you have to give some tolerance, some space, saying that the person has got Viveka Vairagya. He is truly has renounced the world. And now he is looking for Brahma Vidya. Only that person, Brahma Vidya, is Vedanta. So the initial portion of Kena-Upanishad focuses on the higher knowledge seeker. The lower knowledge seeker is unable to detach from the world, so he will do karma.
We split the
That is
aspirants
why
into Tivra.
that is why in Kena-Upanishad, that's why Upasana is given, no, sir, to bring him to the higher knowledge.
True. To come to the higher knowledge, a person has
Because
to do upasana. True.
That upasanas which are there, 4-5 upasanas are given.
Two upasanas
That
are
light
there.
upasana.
Two of them.
Yeah.
Adhidaivata, Adhyatma upasana. Okay, and also there is a final vanam ityupasitavyam. It comes, one more thing comes, vanam, what exactly vanam is, we will find out. Right. We have already covered the vana upasana and everything earlier, long time back. Okay. So the issue is, yes.
So your question was what happens in Sadhya Mukti, right? Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So we split the aspirants into, so all the four sadhana chatushtaya, we also divided them into Tivra, the middle one and the lowest one, right? So
True.
the highest aspirant, when we say he falls under the category of Tivra Mukshu or something,
True.
and he's already he's already reached a certain level that he just needs a certain push from the liberated one or the guru, and that statement Mahavakya, it pushes him through. Is that how Shankara considers it?
True. It's all true. See, what we should not forget is, if some person still has some khyati, labha, puja, right, require interest in fame, interest in material gains, or interest in, oh, I want everyone to worship me, kind of thing. Any of these kind of aspects, if they are all remnants of it remaining, even some parts of their lives, not initially, maybe a little bit later, maybe sometime during their life or something like that, they all will disqualify them from being the highest aspirant. So the separation, the English view saying that this is for the dull-witted aspirant, that's a very strong statement in English. Commonly, if you go to a class, dull-witted, what does it mean? Failure. He has not passed an exam. Something like that. It is very demeaning. The word dull-witted is not used in a very simple way. Here Shankaracharya uses dull-witted to refer to almost most people. That is what I'm trying to stress. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go further. Let's go. Enough of discussion. Let's go further. So for immediate liberation may take a lifetime. It is not like instantaneous liberation. Do you understand? It is not instantaneous. It may take a long time within this life. But the word immediate means there is no, other than prarabdha karma, there is no obstacle for liberation of this person. That's what you should understand. See, some of these items I'm mentioning to you, it is not clear in these textbooks. That's why that's why I had to discuss this with Subramanian Swami for a while. Actually, I've been doing this discussion with him for 5-6 hours before also. Okay, Krama Mukti is gradual deliverance which may take several janmas. For the higher knowledge person, in this janma, by the end of this janma, or sometime the person may get liberation. So, what does individual self do in this? He re-emerges in the universal being in this process. That's what happens, according to Shankaracharya. Now, let's go further. What is dull-witted? Manda buddhi, he says. Sanskrit is very simple, manda buddhi. Manda buddhi is even said to people who are, it is a common scolding we get if you go to a class and if you don't answer the questions in Sanskrit, the Sanskrit teacher will say, hey, manda buddhi, right? They scold. But definition is who cannot understand the unconditioned Brahman and requires some additional parallel analogies to comprehend it. That is what is dull-witted. So the thing is, can we understand unconditioned Brahman so easily? Nirguna Brahman easily? It's very difficult. So for those people, the Adhidayavata Upasana is given, which is the Upasana on the cosmic form or the divine form. And like the illustrations of a flashing of the lightning or the twinkling of the eye, Adhyatma is related to the individual self, and the other one is related to the universe or cosmic. So Brahman is illustrated through mental acts such as the mind reaching Brahman or the constant remembrance by a devotee in the form of some upasana. So the thing is, the Adhyatma upasana refers to what is the body. Here Adhyatma means that which relates to the body, and it including the mind and intelligence. And also the sankalpa. Sankalpa means will, to say that, oh, I want to think about this Brahman. I don't want to think about other sense objects. I have to think about this Brahman. Even the willpower and the willing of meditation, that is also, that refers, they are all included in the Adhyatma Upasana. So the section of the purpose of this section 4 is to give symbolic illustrations provided purely to make unconditioned Brahman comprehensible to those with limited understanding. So Manda Buddhi should be understood by the term limited understanding. Dull-witted is a very powerful word, and I think I probably would not support the usage of dull-witted. The realization for the advanced aspirant, how does it go? Advanced seeker is taught that the permanent reality underlying the universe and the individual self are ultimately but one, only one. There is one reality underneath, beyond the reach of senses. So senses cannot grasp, reason cannot grasp Brahman. Traditional, so the person, how can you really know this Brahman? Means you should find a teacher who explains that sincerely, who knows that this is the ear of the ear, the mind of the mind, the innermost power behind all sensory functions. This kind of guidance from a teacher is necessary, who is better realized than the student. The self as constant. So aspirant is encouraged to recognize the self as one reality from which we cannot get away. That reality always exists. That is the nature of the realization for the advanced aspirant. And the Pratibodha Viditam, basically the verse says, according to Shankaracharya, perceived in every state of consciousness. So thing is, in every state of consciousness, that Brahman is the witness of all mental perceptions, and is implied by those mental operations themselves. Anytime you think of a thought, some thought comes in, some thought goes away. All these are happening because of Brahman underneath. So you remove the phenomenal. Phenomenal is the experience of sense and sense objects, right? The realization occurs when when you can isolate the mental samples of thoughts and experiences, and take away the phenomenal ingredient and focus on the ever persistent reality underneath. So Brahman is not an object. So the advanced seeker, the absolute, can never be an object of knowledge, because Brahman known would be no Brahman at all. Brahman cannot be known. Brahman is immediate, is right here within you in this life, because Brahman is individual self. Brahman is what you call as your individual self is Brahman itself. It can be apprehended immediately rather than something extraneous. It is not something outside. Oh, there is an object in Pluto or Mars or on some star. Don't think of an external object. It is right here. It is within you. It's you. The heat analogy is given, and it's very well supported. The source explains that just as heat is known through every part of a heated object. Suppose there is a heated vessel. The handle is also hot. The lower side is also hot. The handle connected to the teapot is also hot. Every object is hot. So the self is known through every mental state it illuminates. We have different mental states that we can realize. So, but every state is illuminated through the self. And that is why self is known indirectly through the states of mind. Self-luminous. Self does not need another self to understand. It is self-known. Sentient principle to know itself, just as one light does not require another light to be seen. So the results of the realization are true power comes from the self, and is not derived from transient things like wealth or assistance. No external things can give you so the true power is self-knowledge, attainment of immortality. By knowing self as the most inmost essence of perceptions, the aspirant attains immortality. So no body can touch, because he knows the self is different from body. So the knower shakes off the cause of mundane existence. Ignorance, desire, and activity will all go away. So having realized the truth, the advanced seeker abides in the infinite and does not return to the changing world. Okay. So Brahman is without parallel and unconditioned. Now we go to the what you call Umas Upadesha according to Shankaracharya. Just we'll go line by line a little bit, only 2-3 lines, and explain what Shankaracharya says. That's all, right? We already know this. I have given you a summary right now for all this Adhidaivata Upasana and Adhyatma Upasana. Summary is given here, but I'll clarify this using the sentences used by Shankaracharya. So, solution: if Brahman is without a parallel, there is no second Brahman to explain how this is like this, right? It is like, how many oceans are there? There is one ocean. Sagaraha Sagaropamaham. How does ocean look like? It looks like an ocean, because there is no second ocean. Similarly, Brahman is Brahman. But how do you understand it? So that is why you need the instruction through analogies or parallels. So it uses analogy from the macrocosm, that is divine, and the microcosm, which is the individual. That's why it is known as Adhidaivata and Adhyatma. So macrocosmic illustration is Adhidaivatam. So the Brahman's power is there in everywhere in this universe. Everything is powered by Brahman. The scientists may say, finally, it's all set of quark particles which will come and go because quarks, mass and energy can convert, you can interconvert from one state to the other, and these quarks appear and go away, appear and go away. They're all energy and mass. You can say that. But behind all is one Brahman. That's what Shankaracharya is saying. And that Brahman can be understood as something like lightning. Brahman is self-luminous. Just as lightning illuminates the dark sky in an instant, Brahman's presence is a sudden, powerful revelation. So the theological point is, it shows itself to the gods of the world, then remains hidden, indicating its transcendental nature. Even the Devas could understand Brahman just momentarily. So by this, Brahman is like this. Twinkling of an eye. Creation and illumination are effortless. So the whole universe is presented effortlessly to you. This universe is a superimposition on Brahman. Effortlessly, all the superimposition happens. Theological point is, just as opening an eye is the most natural, obstacle-free act for us, right? We open and close our eyes without any conscious effort. The governance of the entire universe is effortless for the Creator. The Creator, all these things effortlessly by nature itself. He does everything. Now the words of the Upanishad. Tasyeisha adesho yadetad vidyuto vyadyutada iti inyami mishada ityadhi daivatam. So the microcosm illustration is here. The individual self. How do we find Brahman within our own experience? The Upanishad points, Manas. Wait a minute. This is Adhyatma. Wait a minute. Did I think Adhidaivatam, it says that here. Microcosm is, I made a mistake, I think, here. Here it is okay. That particular section, this is for the Adhyatma. But the sentence I used is for 4. So there may be a small mistake I did on the PowerPoint. I will come back to it. This sentence here, tasya prakritasya brahmana esha adesha upamodesha nirupamasya brahmana yenopamanena upadesha soyamadesha utyuchyate. The Brahman who has no parallel is given a parallel using lightning. We have already gone through this. Here, only thing is yatha sakrit vidyutam in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The analogy of the lightning is already given. So that is one Shankaracharya mentions here. Then, so this is the Brahman is compared to a flash of lightning and the blinking of an eye. We already talked about it. The suddenness we talked about, and effortlessness we talked about. So now,
one doubt I have.
Yeah.
There was one
Sure.
sentence I saw. Mind understands Brahman. So that it was not explained. How can mind understand Brahman?
Good point. Very good point. See, mind directly does not understand Brahman. What it says is indirectly it understands. That is why the Shankaracharya says Vidwan Avidwan, right? For a Vidwan thinks that, it is like space. Space is not directly understood. Space is understood in a different, like, I can move around and say, oh, there is nothing here, so there is space, right? You derive space by induction, or what do you call it? Inference, right? Pratyaksha Anumana. From Anumana, you say there is nothing in here. I can wave my hands. I don't see anything. That means I don't feel anything. So there is space. Similarly, the mind cannot directly understand Brahman. But if some analogy is given, okay, look at this lightning which can light up the universe, light up the whole world, light up whatever this space is. What does it mean? There is Brahman who is inside. He is the reality. It was all darkness before. It is all matter before. It's all anatma, not atma before. And the lightning shows that there is some light there. There was darkness, but the light came. The light is hidden. So what it means is, though the mind cannot directly objectify it, our intelligence can derive that everything is happening because of something. For example, the universe, lightning happens, the what do you call, the sky, the stars, the like, you know, the seasons happen, the rotation, revolution, all revolving and rotations and everything are happening for this cosmic bodies like Earth, Sun, Moon, whatever they are. Why is this happening? Behind everything, there is the power of Brahman. Brahman is everywhere. So here, you directly don't see Brahman, but you derive, you infer, oh, everything is happening because of Brahman. You see, heat cannot be seen, right? Heat is not seen. The fire you see is not the real energy. The energy is underneath. The fire or flame is only the burning of the gases and conversion of the gas into some smoke and things like that, right? You cannot see energy, but you still feel it through the presentation of energy, because something is hot. You touch the stove, you touch it near the stove, you keep a a ladle or something, spoon or something. The spoon also gets hot. You touch the spoon, but you say, oh, there is heat. How do you know? You cannot see heat. So the existence of energy called heat energy is expressed through different objects. Similarly, different mental states of you. You are happy, you are unhappy, you understood, you did not understand, you now realize, you are upset. All these things are states of mind. Then you think, oh, there is something, the power behind all these states of mind. But I cannot see that power, but I know it exists. This is how you understand Brahman. Because Brahman cannot be objectified. See, we are talking about Shankara Bhashya here. We are not talking about any other Bhashya. Please understand, we are not talking about other Bhashyas.
I understand. But even in Shankara Bhashya, mind cannot give, it can give only an indirect knowledge.
Yes, it is not direct knowledge.
Cannot be got through mind.
It is not a direct knowledge. For example, I will say, here is my cell phone, I am going to pick it up. That is a direct knowledge. Mind cannot give, oh, here is Brahman, I can pick it up. It is not. Mind can never do that.
Can only guide to some extent.
Exactly. It can give you a pointer towards an existence of Brahman who is always there. Okay. All right. Ramanathanji, what's up?
No, Swamiji, last time the same mind question came, this can be taken like Pratibodhi Viditam Matam only, no? Because in the mind only lot of vrittis are coming because of this vritti. Long time back you told from the mind itself we will know the Brahman in every consciousness.
Yes. See, the thing is, the Pratibodha Viditam is
that
nothing.
mind, what Sampaka Mami asked is, we can correlate with mind only, no? Pratibodha Viditam Upasana only, we can correlate.
See, we have to understand what this Pratibodha Viditam. It will come up in the next few slides. I will tell you what the Pratibodha means. Okay. I think, I don't know, I might have covered it already. Yeah. What
yes, you covered
Pratibodha Viditam is, in every cognition, every thought, there is something behind the thought. What caused the thought? The thought occurred because of some substratum. That is Brahman. That's how we understand Pratibodha Viditam. According to Shankaracharya.
But the basis we take, the mind only and understand it, no?
What did you say?
The basis is mind only, no, sir. With the mind only we will understand that, no?
No.
Particular medium through.
No. See, the thing is, see the
That's
mind.
true with the help of the mind to some
It is
extent.
help of the mind, you will understand, no question about it. The mind or the
Ah.
senses are not able to grasp it at all. It is, see,
Even mind has got its own limit. It cannot go
limitation.
further.
See, any object, for example, tree, I touch the tree, I touch this cell phone, I touch my pencil. Here, clearly, pratyaksha, I can understand, touch, feel an object, right?
Hmm.
In that way, mind cannot touch it because it is beyond mind. It is beyond senses. But mind will only tell you, oh, my mind is working. I am thinking, I am happy, I am unhappy. Because you know these states, there is something which is making these states happen. There is underlying energy or Brahman in some way which is making all these things happen. Indirectly, you know, but not objectively.
Swami,
Yes.
Swami, when we talk about the states here, I think is it not referring to all the three states, the waking, dream, and deep sleep? Like, is this a method
See,
of Dhyaropapavada
the thing
basically?
is, what happens is actually it can refer to all states. Yeah, it can refer to all states. Sure, it has to. How can you have these three states without Brahman?
Yeah. So the idea of bringing those states in is to establish a relationship with that unknown entity, which is Brahman, right? Which we don't exactly know as of now. But
Correct.
that's only the Adhyaropa part, right? When we start to actually inquire into that entity which we just relatively talked about, that is only known by neti neti, right? There is no
True.
mind there.
True. True. Yes.
So anything that we know of, we can only say that it is not that.
Correct. Exactly. 100% sure. Yes.
It cannot be understood very easily. How can you say neti, neti, neti? You have to exhaustively exhaust everything and then come to one point, then to say neti, neti,
True.
and say
No,
this
no,
is
no,
it.
no. But the three states are established for that ease only. So when we say neti, we say the entire state has no, right? We don't need to
No, we
go
have
each object.
my idea was we have to experience and then come to know that this is not, and then in realization I said, only
Yes.
not
Yes.
theoretically.
Yes. In realization, it takes some time to deny something, right?
Lot of time.
Yeah, because you can have a very happy state and you can mistake it as, oh my God, this is Brahman. Then that may be a secondary something lower than Brahman. Then you have to deny it.
The whole point is that the mind can only objectify things, and Brahman is not an object, right?
Correct. Exactly. Yes. True.
Miss, the main medium is mind only, sir. Mind is a medium through which we at least come to know. That is what I'm meaning, because we cannot use eyes, ears, and come to know. Only the
See,
main
That's
medium
true.
is
That's
mind
true.
only.
That's true.
Ramanathanji, you are mistaking the Vishishtadvaita or Advaita point of view with Advaita. That is the main problem.
Uh,
For
uh-huh.
Advaita, mind does not have consciousness. Even for Vishishtadvaita, mind does not have consciousness. For Vishishtadvaita, there is a separate Jivatma with consciousness and knowledge, jnana. And that person can understand through jnana. For in Advaita, mind itself or manovritti is not, there is no jnana in mind, but Brahman's reflection on mind creates this knower known, that is, creates the idea of a jivatma and a knowledgeable jivatma and things like that. So it is pure reflection there. But mind, so when you say mind, it is not the pure manas. The pure manas is material, it is subtle matter, it does not have consciousness or jivatma in it. The pure mind can only reflect consciousness, Brahman's consciousness or jnana. So
It may be true.
only in the reflected state it perceives. So only through mind you can know. But what kind of mind? Where mind reflects that Brahman. But later on, what happens is the Brahman is pure Prajnana Ghana, pure Jnana Swarupa. So
Even
mind
mind
itself
is a
dissolves.
medium. Even mind is a medium.
Exactly. And mind will also dissolve. You, whoever you say you are, and your mind, all this will dissolve, and Brahman is never known. Brahman is never known, but it will dissolve.
Okay.
Like how the forest fire burns all the fire, the trees, and also what do you call goes away, right? That is, it shuts itself off. The fire.
Like nowhere known and known becomes that.
See,
Hello?
our knowledge will deny everything as neti neti, and nothing is left, and it will also deny itself. There is no knower. Then only what exists below, underneath as substratum is Brahman. So Brahman is never known in Advaita. You become Brahman not because you become Brahman. You destroy yourself. You sublate what is called like Karpura. Karpura means the camphor. When camphor burns, nothing is left. Like that, you also don't exist.
You also, what I forgot that.
Part of Neti.
Swami, if I may.
Yeah.
So the whole
You
point
also
is
get
that
dissolved. That I want to tell that. We get ourselves dissolved.
Yes. True.
Forget everything.
Exactly.
Just merge.
Yes.
Swami, it is I'm not sure about merging, but for Shankaracharya, it's all avidya, right? The sense of being a knower or an individual knowing objects itself is a product of avidya. So when avidya is removed, there is no knowing, there is no merging. All those things that were taken to be real were just replaced by something that was actually real, and this is just not there.
How do you explain it in words?
Agreed. These terms used as merging is just a language. That really
Yes,
doesn't
how do you
happen.
explain? When we are talking, how to explain that state?
That's what I'm
How
saying.
to
It's not a
indicate that
state.
state?
It is not a state according to Advaita.
No. How we, I and you mention that with what words? Because we have not attained.
No, it is the removal of avidya. That's all there
That's
is to
what.
say.
Removal. That's why in other words I said we get dissolved. We cannot have any idea of our own self then.
Yeah, agreed.
Everything gets sublimed or mixed up, becomes all one Brahman only.
Sure.
Anything else?
One
Can we
question.
move further?
Can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
If we go by the process of neti, finally we will come to a point where will come to know that we are of the nature of consciousness.
Yes.
Right?
You will not come to know.
Where is
you will not come to know. You will become.
Yeah, we will become, yes, but still we will have a feeling of that consciousness.
No.
How is it that
No.
we will
See, no.
What
See,
is it?
then you are indirectly saying you can feel Brahman.
We cannot explain it all that.
No. What happens is, if
means
you
that-
feel something, it will become objectified. And if it is objectified, then that is not Brahman.
No. When we are denying everything, finally we come to a point where we are something like a witness or something. I mean, I cannot explain it, but certainly we will come to know that.
See, once again, a good point you have brought. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, when you go to 18th chapter, Shankara Bhashya and all, initially what happens is, the way it goes is, Triputi happens. That means Triputi Laya. That means when there is Triputi Laya, Jnata, Jnaya, Jnatra will go away. That means there is no distinction between knower, known, and the means of knowing. That will go away. When that will go away, will there be witness or Sakshi? That Sakshi is also goes away. The Sakshi goes away because there is nothing to see. Even the Sakshi becomes dissolved in the Brahman. In fact, they say Sakshi is like the Saguna Brahman. When everybody goes away, the Saguna Brahman still stays till the last Jiva gets moksha, right? Suppose billions and billions and billions of people get moksha and they became Brahman. But
measure the depth of the ocean. Sugar dal or salt dal.
yeah, one second. Yes, that is an analogy already given. Okay, let me clarify this here. One second. See, witness here. We are talking about the witness, right? What is the last one which goes away? Is the witness, and that sakshi is actually like a Saguna Brahman. Initially, Saguna Brahman is there. Saguna Brahman is part of the Triputi. That means Jnata, Jnaya, Jnatra. Saguna Brahman can be known. Saguna Brahman, you can have bhakti to Saguna Brahman. You can have, in fact, you can go to Saguna Brahma Loka of Krishna Loka or some Loka or whatever, or Vaikuntha Loka or something and experience Brahman. But all these will dissolve into a Sakshi Bhava once. And after that Sakshi, if there is no universe, why Sakshi? Even that goes away. That is the final Nitya Mukta Nirguna Brahman.
Yes, that's
Swami, can I just add one
Yes.
thing? From what Suresh ji was saying, not everything is rejected as neti neti. First, there is a superimposition, and the entity on which the superimposition was established, the witness, first that is being established separately from what we know everything, and then everything that we know, that is negated as neti neti, not the witness. So first establishing something separate from what we know, and then they relate both those things, known and unknown, and then they reject everything that is known. They don't reject everything, only all the objects that are known, and then establishing the witness. And when there is no
See,
objects remaining, that is when.
suppose you reject all objects. Like if we don't know theoretically, see, we are talking without even experiencing. We haven't done much of yoga or dhyana or anything. We are just talking textbook knowledge, right? Suppose by just theoretically you say all infinite objects are denied and say neti neti. What remains? Subject remains, right? The subject knower, whoever is known as I, remains, right? And that is
But
Sakshi.
if there is nothing to know, then even that doesn't remain, right?
That happens only when the last object is dissolved, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Ah,
I'm just saying that not everything is rejected by neti neti, but only the objects are. That's what I was
true.
saying.
Fine. But the thing is, what happens is the last object of witness just goes away by itself. See, just like how fire goes away, extinguishes itself after the last tree is burnt, right?
Basically,
This
what
is only, see, look, Shankaracharya was only giving analogy. See, my teacher KSV Swami used to mention this beautiful truth. All of us are dumb people. We only need analogies. We just use analogy all the time. Okay, like the last tree is burnt and everything is burnt. The fire extinguishes itself. We are talking about fire. But are you really experiencing Brahman by just talking? Do you really know what neti neti is? So, Drishtanta, Darshtantika are two things. The actual truth and the analogy are two separate things. All we are doing is talking about analogies, that's all. The real truth is real experience. We don't know that unless you go to the next Nididhyasana. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Dhyana.
Very difficult.
Unless you get there, all this is talk. That is why they say, how long you are going to just study Shravana, Manana all your life? If you don't get to the Nididhyasana part, if you don't get to the actual part, what is all this stories about? All the Shastra Charcha, pretty much fundamental. In fact, Krishna, KSV used to say, somebody, I used to go and tell Kesvisam, you know that I already wrote a book on Brahma Sutras. I helped S.M. Srinivasachari by actually helping typing the whole book called Shankara Ramanuja Madhva on the Vedanta Sutras. I wrote the whole book. I typed everything to him. I understood everything. Do you know? He said, oh, you have just passed nursery exam. You have to get to LKG, UKG now. So Brahma Sutra and all this knowledge is LKG, UKG business. It is not even first grade, not even first standard. Real thing starts when you experience. Till then, bakwas. All right. I think today we are running out of time. It's 9:10. I cannot start a new thing. Let's finish one thing. So these verses from the Kena-Upanishad explain how we can understand supreme reality through two types of analogies: the divine and that is the outer world, and the inner world, that is the individual inner mind. So this we already went through. There is some. Let me explain this. Athatyatmam yatedad gacchati vacha manonena chaitad upasmarati tyabhiksham sankalpaha. Tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock, we'll try to start on time. We have to start on time tomorrow because Sunday, Alvar's lecture will take over the bridge. So exactly at 8 we will start. We'll have 1 hour lecture, and I hope I'll finish the Shankara Bhashya view tomorrow. Okay? All right. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Hayavadana Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Anyway, we start. Namaskaram. At least we started the class after a big stop after 3-4 weeks. Okay. Thank you.
Namaskaram.